Okay, I'm going to go ahead and introduce week 16 to you, which is April the 20th through the 26th. We're looking at assessment and review. You want to review pages 313 to 340. There's no objectives for this week. You're not learning any new material. You're just being tested on chapter 10. This goes over what you need to know for chapter 10. Just make sure you can identify body parts and vocabulary used to discuss physical ailments, as well as vocabulary used to discuss eating habits, like what types of food are good for you, what are bad. You should also be able to identify and form usted commands and know when to use them. You should be able to form the subjunctive and use it in sentences making indirect suggestions. And you should be able to identify key phrases that signal the use of the subjunctive. This week's assignments address student learning outcomes 1 and 2. Your work is due on the 23rd. There's no instructor videos for this week, but you still have a forum, so just open up the class participation forum, click on the thread, and then hit reply and post any questions or concerns you have about material covered in the videos. Not in the videos, I'm sorry, any questions or concerns you have about the week or the material covered in last week's videos. Then we're taking test 4. So when you're ready, we are going to open up test 4. You only get one attempt. Go through and label the various body parts. 1 is the mouth, and 2 is the chest. 3 is the stomach. 4 is the nose. 5 is the head. 6 is the ear. 7 the back. 9 is the leg. 10 the knee, and 8 the foot. And just make sure that you do put the article with it, like you have to have el or la with the body part. Then down here, complete Oscar's narration of the last time he felt ill. Fill in the blanks in each sentence with a logical word from the word bank. I am going to go through and put A, B, C in front of these to make it a little bit easier for you to fill in the blanks. Then down here, complete the following sentences with the correct formal command of the verb in parentheses. So just take the verbs that are in parentheses and turn them into formal commands. And pay attention to the ustedes and usted, whether it is a singular command or a plural, because that can mess you up. Down here, una semana difícil. It seems everyone is having a difficult week, which is the truth now. Complete each of the following sentences with the correct form of the logical verb. So read through and decide whether it needs subjunctive or not, and then pick the correct verb and conjugate it correctly. La residencia estudiantil. You and a friend are about to move into the student residence on campus. A third friend has sent you some rules. Keep in mind while living in student housing. Complete each of them with the correct ustedes command. So again, this is the plural one. So make sure each verb that you use is using the plural command form that you've learned, not the singular one. El consultorio de la nutricionista. You have decided to consult with a nutritionist in order to improve your diet. The following are her recommendations. Complete each sentence with a logical vocabulary word from the word bank. Again, I think I'm going to add an A, B, C, D in front of these to make it a little easier for you. You're just filling in the correct vocabulary word. Here, usamos el subjuntivo. Some of the following sentences require the use of the subjunctive while others do not. Complete each of them with the correct form of the verb in parentheses. So knowing your rules for subjunctive, go through and decide whether the sentence would require the subjunctive or not. If it doesn't, then you're conjugating the verb in the regular present tense. If it does require the subjunctive, then you need to conjugate it in the present subjunctive form. La salud. Again, this is vocabulary, so you're just going to complete the sentence with the most logical word. And again, to make it a little easier, I think I'm going to add letters in front of each of these words, so you can just put A, B, C, D in the blanks. Here, Mariela is living alone for the first time and needs some advice. Listen to each situation carefully. So you'll play this link and then choose the most logical command. So you're telling her what to do. Then down here, so just click that when you're ready and it'll play all the way through, and then you can answer each question based upon what you hear in that recording. Los sentimientos. Complete the following sentences using emotions or feelings by choosing the appropriate verb. And again, there's letters in front of these, so just put A, B, C in front of the blank. In the blank. Same here, escoger. Do the following sentences express doubt and denial? Complete them by choosing the appropriate verb form. So again, you're trying to decide whether you'd be using subjunctive or not, and you can put in A, B, C, D in the blank. Here, a qué categoría pertenece. So you decide to what category these foods belong. And again, you can just put A, B, C, D in the blank. Here, que asocias con, match each body part to the item most closely associated with it. And again, you can just write A, B, C, D in the blanks below. Same thing here, como se define, match each of the following body parts or common medicines to the correct definition or description by writing the letter associated with the definition next to the medicine or body part associated with it. So here is the medicine or body part, and you'll just write that next to the description. And I'll probably go through and make these numbers so you don't have match a bunch of letters. And just hit finish attempt when you're done, and that's I think that's everything that we need to do for week 16. Hold on, let me get out of here. Yeah, that's everything. Oh, final exam preparation. The final exam, you would have already started writing your final, you would have already done the prep, like you would have already written out your draft, and then this week you're going to be doing the critiquing. One thing I didn't mention in last week's video, because I just added it over the weekend, was an example. So you are supposed to be writing a fable. Now you can take one that you know, but you cannot look for like a direct translation. You need to, so it might even be better to create your own, but you write a fable, and I've given you one like The Lion and the Mouse. And so you will write that fable, and that's what you're doing for your final exam prep. And then this week you'll see someone else's fable and you're giving them feedback as well as I'll give you feedback. And that's everything that you have to do for week